Are we live?
Yep.
We are live. What's going on, UFL? Just starting this up right now. Keith and Brandon here with us. We're going to go over the top 10 and some of the games from week one. A couple of the trades that went down. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But week one UFL is underway. I know Brandon just had a big win here. I'm going to start off with him. He just pulled quite the win from somewhere that you shouldn't pull stuff from. So tell us a little bit about the game, Brandon. How did week one go for you?
Hey, first of all, this is for a comment Jonathan Christian made, talking about I drink too much beer. I don't give a fuck what you think, man. All right,
That's not
now,
right. White trash at all.
That's not redneck at all.
dude, I felt good going into the beginning of the game. You know, I went up and stopped Manny. He missed that field goal, gave me some pretty good field position. I think I was on his or my own 42. So I'm thinking I have to get a touchdown here. I had a pretty lengthy drive. I think it was like 4 minutes, and I capped it off with a touchdown. The rookie Jesse James. So I went up 7-0, and then Manny came back. Like I think it was either the first or second play of his drive, man. And he motioned Gronk out, and I was like, it's either a pass to Gronk with a mismatch on my corner, or he's about to mess me up. And he messed me up, man. He ran a toss, Blunt got to the outside, and I mean, I just got the camera got there quick enough to see Gronk pancake somebody. I think it was Boykin, and you know it is what it is. He made a play, scored the touchdown. He missed the extra point. It bounced off the crossbar, so I was still ahead. I went down. I think I scored again. Right after that, I had another pretty long drive, and you know he had the ball with like 3 minutes to go and ended up missing another field goal, I think. I don't know how it all went down. He had trouble kicking, and I know it was a little laggy, and he posted it, and the meter definitely was lagging. The wind was terrible, too. I mean, it was 13 miles an hour left and right pretty much. So we get out of halftime. I'm up 14-6. I'm thinking, okay, you know, I can just get through this and control the clock and put some points on the board. And third quarter didn't go quite my way. It was a little rough. I think he got the only points of the third quarter. It was a touchdown. He converted the 2-point conversion. Brand new ball game heading into the fourth. The fourth quarter was just lights out. Everybody just going balls to the wall. We were both trying to win the game. I threw a pick, I think, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and I held him to a field goal, which was great for me. I considered that a win. He's up 17-14. I get a touchdown with like 4 minutes to go. I'm thinking, okay, I just got to stop him once, get the ball back, run the clock. That doesn't happen. He goes down, scores with a minute left, and I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, what do I do? So I got the ball about a minute to go. I'm like, all right, I can, you know, Dre's back here. I haven't had the best of luck with him over the past couple Madden seasons with him. He came up big for me right there, got to my own 40-yard line, set me up real nice to get a couple big plays, get into at least field goal range. But like I said in my write-up, I wasn't thinking overtime. I'm tired of losing games, late scores by my opponent. I lose so many games by 3, 2, 1. You know, late scores put me away. So I was thinking win or bust. And I got a big first down a couple times, you know, and Bell seemed to be open on that final play on third down. He was open. It closed quickly. It was fourth down. I kind of liked the defense that he was in, so I went ahead and hurried up to the line with 10 seconds left. I had a timeout left. I bet everybody watching was just like, what is he doing? So I get there.
I thought you were
Call
going
the
to
play.
kick the field goal.
It's the corner, man.
I thought you were going to kick the field goal. Now, why did you just decided that you weren't going to go for the tie? You said you were going to go for the win there at the end. That's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
dude. I knew that drive. I wanted to win or nothing. I've been to so many games last Madden. So many games I lost by 2, 1 point, late scores by my opponent, and I'm sick of it. So, I was like, I got 10 seconds left. I could kick the field goal. The field goal wasn't, it wasn't a chip shot or a gimme. I mean, the wind was going 13 miles an hour. It was a
Yeah,
little bit in my favor, but I wanted that win.
didn't Manny miss 2 field goals in that game?
Yeah. Yeah, he missed
Goals
he
and
missed the
an-
first one on the opening drive. It bounced off the upright, and then I think he missed one wide. And then he made every kick from then on besides that extra point on his first touchdown.
Nice. Nice. Keith, how'd your week 1 game go?
It was brutal, man. I
You
started
had
off well, driving the ball
you
down
had
the
Randy's
field,
Bucks,
playing
right?
the yeah, yeah. He beat me by 3 in overtime,
You guys
but
did
I
go
started off
to.
good.
I
Yeah.
didn't unfortunately get to see that one. I was playing my own game. Um,
Yep.
but
Yeah, I was
how was
dominating the time of possession game, but it didn't really matter. I was giving up big plays to Evans, big plays about any time he dropped back to throw. I mean, Winston had 11 completions for 300 yards, so that was pretty pathetic of my defense. But I was running the ball okay, 3, 4 yards of carry, controlling the clock, but it didn't matter.
yeah?
I tried to go
What,
for the
how did
touchdown in the fourth quarter instead
how
of continuing to run the ball and run out the clock like I was doing. So that kind of he got an interception on that and then went down and scored and tied the game up with 3 seconds left to force overtime. So a mix of my bad play call and good execution on his end.
nice? What how did Winston look for him? That's a big guy. That's a big name guy for Wayne. How'd Winston play against you? Is he as tough as I think he is to play against, or
He's got a cannon, and with those big receivers, it's going to be a problem. His biggest weapon was his scrambling. He had like 7 carries for 50 yards on scrambles.
yeah, I
So
didn't.
that I wasn't prepared for that, and that got me out. Got him out of a couple third down and longs.
Yeah, huh? That's interesting. We got there are a couple guys watching. Thanks for stopping in. If you guys want to, there's a chat bar. If you look on the left hand side here, there's a chat button up on the top left. You can put your cursor over there, and it'll pop the chat feed up, and you guys can chat with us over here. Um, we're going to be going over the top 10 here in a second. Um, I don't think it's a surprise to anybody that who number 1 is. So we'll get into that in a second. But the one thing I wanted to say about the because we polled every coach in the UFL, I think I ended up with 24 responses, um, which I thought was amazing. We can't even get like 12 guys to vote on a poll in the league when we put a poll up. We're scrambling to get guys to do that. So first, I wanted to thank everybody who took the time to send us their top 10. I know some guys were away when I asked for it, and some guys didn't have the time. I understand that, but for the guys that did, thanks. Um, the number one. Well, you know what? Yeah, we'll start at number 1 because I think that's more of a surprise than who's at number 10, or that's less of a surprise than who's at the bottom of this list. Um, number 10 goes to Mike, right?
You
5 times
mean
Super
number
Bowl.
one?
Number one.
Yeah, big whoop, right? The only one that cares about that is Mike. But congratulations to him. That's pretty cool. You have 20, 24. Or what? Keith, what was it? 24, I think polls we had,
Something like that.
something like that. And
22, 24, somewhere in there.
and just to give you an idea how I did this is I did it like the NCAA coaches poll. Um, for every first place vote was worth 10 points, second place was worth 9, and so on. And he ended up with the most points. Um, it was close though. It was real close. So congratulations to Mike. Um, I think I've played him about 4 or 5 times in the UFL. with not the best results. I know Keith has had a little success against him, so we're gonna go
I
to
only
Keith.
played him once. It's hard to count that.
Mike right now. How do you do it? How do you stop Mike?
Tell us the
Uh,
secret.
Tell us the
you
secret,
just
Keith.
gotta. I mean, I only played him once, so it's not like I'm 10-0 against him. But
I don't
I
know
was
if
ran the
you're,
ball with Hill.
I
Got
don't know if
did a
me
lot
and
of
Brandon might.
powers, counters out of the shotgun. But I had big receivers at the time to get off his press, so his press wasn't quite as effective.
Yeah.
But he shuts down the middle with that pinch on the D line and the linebackers. So
Yeah.
I just played ball control and hoped for the best, and it worked out for me.
All right. So congratulations to Mike again. Brandon, you want to say anything about Mike? He's a boring one on this list. No.
Every time I play him, he whoops my ass, man. I played him good last time, and it was still like a 21-point beat down. So it is what it is.
Yeah, Mike.
Can't say much about 5 Super Bowls. I mean, that's no everybody, anybody that didn't think Mike was going to make this top 10 at number 1, you need to reevaluate your thinking process because that shouldn't be a surprise to anybody.
Yeah. He was. What I will say is he was not a unanimous number 1.
No.
He was not unanimous.
I was surprised at how many people got number 1 votes.
I was too. That was pretty crazy. I don't have the breakdown right in front of me. Unfortunately,
There was like 5 or 6 got a number 1 vote.
That was, but
Maybe
that's cool, man. The other thing
about
I'll
5,
say,
I'd say.
yeah, the other thing I'll say is, I'm trying to think of the number. 20. Okay. 24. I know we had. I think we had like 24 or 25 polls, but there was 20. Let's say 20, 24 or 25 coaches who made at least one other person's top 10 list. And that's not including the guys that voted for themselves. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was definitely surprising. Shows
Yeah.
the depth of this league.
There's so many people. Like, chances are you were on somebody's top 10 list. That's crazy. Number 2, it ended up being actually myself. I want to thank everybody that thinks that highly of me. I appreciate that. Right? Well, it's going to be a fun season. Me and Mike are going to at least play twice from now until Marlo takes the Chiefs back from me. So I look forward to that. So we don't have to talk about me. I'm not that important. Number 3 on that list is Rich. Now I've only played Rich twice in the UFL. Brandon, how often have you played against Rich here?
I want to say I've played him. I know at least twice. Might have been 3 times. I know the second time he beat the crap out of me. I mean, slaughter. But the first time, actually, it might be twice. And the last time he beat me, the first time was that 5-game stretch where I went 5-0 to start the league, and I don't even know how I beat him. I mean, that was probably the greatest game I've ever played in up till today. Yeah, today took over number 1, dude. But me versus Rich, that game was a brawl. I mean, it's always fun with Rich playing. He's a defensive guru. Him and John, if they ever played in a Super Bowl, it'd probably be 2-0. Somebody would get a safety. Like, that's it. His defensive mind is on another level.
Nice. Keith, how often you play Rich? I know you were in the AFC last season. What any thoughts
I
on
played
Rich's?
him once in the same season I faced Mike, and he beat me by, I want to say 3 or a touchdown, one of the 2 on a last-second touchdown. Another one of my piss poor clock management coming back to bite me in the ass. I
Yeah,
scored too early on him.
that seems to be
So,
an issue for you.
yeah, clock management's a big problem for me. I got to work on that.
Hey, we got a comment from Gene on Facebook. He just started watching. He wants us to repeat the top 10 so far. If you can repeat that,
Oh,
Josh.
all right, so we're only to number 3, and the top 5 were very, very close. Like a couple votes here, a couple votes there. This thing could have been shook up, but so far, number 1, Mike. I don't think there's any doubt there. 2, I was fortunate enough to be voted number 2. Again, thanks everybody. 3 was Rich, and that's where we're at now. A couple things I'll say about Rich. I've faced him twice. He always makes you think. Like, if you relax for 1 second on offensive play calling, you're gonna pay. And I know he just played Q week 1, and Q was actually up on him for a little bit. I think at halftime it was 14-7 or something. I had to
And he
shut it
had
off.
that
Started
alert.
playing my game.
Man,
But
he had a hell of a second half.
yeah, that ended up being
He had everything
56-14 that score. So
I think D-Unit's post, man. D-Unit posted, and then not too long after that, I saw that Rich just went nuts. He's like, you shouldn't have said anything, man.
D-Unit, you need to
It's like the
stay out
no-hitter.
of this AFC West over
Can't
here.
talk about it.
If somebody's getting beat, you let them get beat, and then talk about it.
Yeah, right? Because so many times Mike has been down. He's
Yeah.
been down probably 20, 21, 28. I've seen him down by a lot. I turn it off. I think this game's good, whatever. I see the post on Facebook 10 minutes later after the game. Oh, did you guys see Mike come back? I was like, damn, dude.
All right, so now we're gonna go to so far Mike, myself, Rich, number 4, who this guy is probably maybe a mirror image of Rich, except the other way. Um, his offense is probably top 2 in the league. I would say Mike and then Gene. And that's who's number 4. Gene, congratulations on making the top 10. Number 4, you received quite a few votes. And I played Gene quite a bit last Madden, and we've probably already played 6-7 times this Madden with different teams and stuff. And he had a good week 1. I don't know what the score was. He ended up winning week 1. And anybody that thinks Tyrod Taylor is not a good enough quarterback for Gene is about to have a rude awakening. That's all I will say about that. I know that Keith has probably played him the most in here. Keith, what are your thoughts on Gene, bud? I know he's your favorite.
I hate playing him in the regular season. I didn't have any problems with him in the playoffs. Sorry, Gene, but I don't know what it was. You just thought you had an easy win in the playoffs or something after whooping my ass twice in the regular season every season. He liked the slants and liked Julio. I never knew who he was going to throw it to whenever he was on the Falcons. So definitely kept me skating on offense or skating on defense. And then whenever John traded him to Marco, I was so pissed. Like, Gene needed DeMarco Murray in the backfield to go along with that offense. But yeah, we were pretty even the first couple seasons, and then after that, he just dominated the regular season. I don't think I had any games within 3 scores. But then the playoffs came around. He had one game we missed 3 field goals. That kind of gave me that game, but definitely a challenge playing Gene. You got to watch his offense. Likes the short routes and just throws it to where you give him.
Yeah, if you want to learn something about offense or football in general, go talk to that man. Gene is
Yes, I've been
very.
talking to him a lot on this Madden, and he knows what he's talking about.
Yep. There's actually I would go to seriously, I would go to anybody on this list and talk to them about how they play and why they do what they do when they're playing the game. So again, congratulations to Gene. it's a pretty good honor when your peers vote you into the top 10 of the league, and that's a Hall of Famer, and actually, you have Mike and Rich also Hall of Famers. That's pretty. Uh, I feel pretty good about that company. So um, next on the list is number 5, and that is Manny. Now Manny just had a heartbreaking defeat. I don't know how many guys in the NFL watched it, but I even felt bad for the guy. So, Brandon, what are your thoughts on Manny? I know you get to play him a little bit more. You were in the AFC last year. I know you
Oh,
ripped his heart out and stomped on it all over the field.
dude, Manny's Manny's true to life as much as it. I mean, as much as you can be in the sense of being as sim as possible. He runs Patriots playbooks, and he runs the Patriots offense. You gotta watch Gronk, and he'll dink and dunk you down the field. And you let him get that. You let him get the deep ball, and he's willing to take it. Um, and of course, Gronk. Brady loves Gronk. He'll throw it to him in triple coverage. It's like Calvin Johnson, and I learned that on that third down touchdown that he threw, that 33-yarder. Man, I
Oh,
just
that's
I
a
saw
nice.
my safety out there, and I was just like, "Damn, he's got it!" And then dude Gronk came down with it, and I was like, "Shit." So
Did you
I mean, Manny, his offense is phenomenal. I mean, it's as sim as you can get. Manny is the definition of playing true to your team.
Yeah, the one thing I will say about Manny is his running ability is a little underrated. Um, probably because he throws the ball so much, but he definitely knows what he's doing out there. I know him and me don't see eye to eye on everything, um, but I thought he played a good game today. Um, not too much to complain about. Uh, he might want to get into practice mode and kick some field goals with some wind. That's all I'll say. He'll be all right. He'll bounce back. He's got a good team there. Um, all right, so now we're on to number 6, and it's funny because I had this guy a little bit higher on my list than he ended up, and that's Ryan, and Ryan with the Jets, former Super Bowl champion, uh,
Giants.
very
He's
very good
good.
defender. Um, I think he won week 1. I think he ended up winning week 1.
I got Daddy League up here. Let me run it through real quick.
I'm on the Xbox too, so
Yeah, he played John. He beat John. Marlowe advanced a week, and I can't see what the scores were last week. I had it pulled up. Um, now
I'll
he's
pull it up
in
here. Give me a second.
34-17.
now he's in a division that just might have got a little easier with the departure of Mac. Um, I know Tate's taking over the Redskins, but we'll see how that works out
If you
for him.
can still call them the Redskins, that's a whole new roster out there.
Yeah, he's done everything but change their name. So
Mhm.
the uh, the thing about Ryan, great user middle linebacker, and he uses what he has on his team. Um, I've played him quite a bit in the playoffs. I've had his number a little bit, but those are never easy games. They're always fun games, but they're never easy. That's probably the best compliment I could give somebody. Um, you know, so congratulations to him. And congratulations to Manny. I don't know if I said that to him. Congratulations to you too, Manny. Um, Keith, any thoughts on Ryan? I know you've played him a little bit more than probably Brandon has.
I've played him 3 or 4 times. Of course, now he's got OBJ out there, Madden cover boy. He's going to be a problem this year. I feel like he's a run game away from competing. He's got the good pass game, like you said. He's a real, very good user defensive player. I feel like he's just a run game away from being up there in the Super Bowl. But I've had success against him. I don't know if that's because he kind of switched to Destiny halfway through Madden, so I don't know if we gotta get
He's
him away
out,
from that Destiny and back
he's
into
out there
focused
saving.
on Madden.
He's saving humanity.
He
So,
is.
but congratulations to him again. I'll go to number 7. This one was a surprise to me. Um, a little bit that maybe he was this high, and um, and that's Tate. Tate made it a number 7. So congratulations to Tate. Um, I think it's an interesting choice that the league made to put him here. Um, he definitely does some unique things. I think he's traded for every 2015 draft pick thus far, um, which is great for him, but he's going to have trouble re-signing them if we make it that far. But he's tough. He does some weird, different things, and I think that's what makes him good. Um, on defense, it's hard to tell where he's going to be at. If he's going to be playing outside linebacker, middle linebacker, cornerback. He's like one of the only guys I see play cornerback. So it makes him hard to play against. It makes it hard for him to game plan against. And, um, he's gonna be okay over there in Washington as much as I bust on him. But congratulations to Tate, Keith, and Brandon. I don't know which one of you would have played him more. Brandon, any thoughts on Tate?
I think I've only played Tate a couple times. I haven't really played him too much. All I know is he loves speed. That was evident when he gave the frickin' threw everything at me but the kitchen sink at getting Jeff Demps when I was the Bucks. I mean, that was his boy. He loves the speed. I don't know how much he covets speed now. With Madden 15 kind of soured that pretty quickly. Demps didn't have quite the success he had in Madden 25, but Tate's Tate. We all bust on him, but he makes the playoffs. Does a lot of stuff for this league, and I mean, he cares about the league. He's a good owner to have around.
Okay. Congratulations again to Tate. You are one of the top 10 guys in the UFL, according to those in the UFL. So, next up is Keith. Yay! Congratulations.
Ooh.
You did make the top 10. You're number 8. Voted on by the coaches. Pretty big honor, I think. What any thoughts on what you try to do gameplay wise? Anything?
I don't think it's any secret I like to run the ball,
Right.
especially last Madden having Cobb. I mean, or not Cobb, Hill. That really helped me out a lot because I make a lot of stupid decisions in the passing game, whether it's in crunch time or just I make the wrong reads or whatever. But running the ball is definitely what I like to do first. A little different this Madden. I don't quite have the running backs that I did last Madden, so I'm going to have to build up Sankey or Cobb or draft somebody. But I kind of expected to be at the bottom end of this. I played in the playoffs all but I think one season last Madden, so kind of a numbers game. I should have been at the end of the top 10, but 8's a little higher than I expected.
No, you have one of your good friends is in here. You guys have known each other a long time, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
How do you beat Keith?
Dude, I don't know, dude.
Man, we're too even for him to be able to tell you that.
Yeah, we're even, honestly, dude. Going back to high school, man, 2-a-days was brutal. We come home, dude, especially when Madden first came out, sit there and play Madden for hours, dude. He would win a couple, I would win a couple, and we'd get bored and play on the same team. I mean, we're pretty even. I think I know enough about his game plan, but still, when we play each other, it could just go either way. Obviously, like he said, he likes to run the ball. So I mean, if you stop the run, he's kind of backed into a corner. But he won't give up on the run. I'll tell you that. If you stop him a couple times, I mean, you have to completely shut him down. No yards, negative yards to even get him to think about not running the ball.
All right. I don't know. I beat him every time in the playoffs we played. So.
Yeah, don't just move along. Move along.
Next.
I heard him bragging about
We'll
beating.
see if I can change that this Madden.
So, you got to make the playoffs, bud.
I'll get there.
I'm just fucking. All right. Number 9 is Mac Daniels. So, congratulations to Mac. I know he's one of the few guys that asked me if anybody had voted for him in the top 10, and he goes he was actually surprised that anybody voted for him in the top 10, but he actually received quite a few votes. So congratulations to Mac. Um, Mac's a tough guy to play against. Um, he wants to run the ball and then probably run the ball some more. And he's one of the better defenders in the league too. So that's what I've played him quite a few times. I know Brandon talks to Mac quite a bit. What are your thoughts on Mac making this top 10 list?
Honestly, even if he sucked, he's if we're going on by owners, Mac is definitely top 10 no matter what. Mac's a good guy. He's like Josh said, any of these guys in the top 10, if you want to go to them and get some pointers, figure out the best part of their game, Mac's willing to help. When I first came into the league, I always bullshit with Mac all the time. We'll talk about stupid shit all the time, and he's an all around good guy, and of course he's great at Madden. He gets burnt out easily, but if you tell him he can't do something, he will do it. I know I learned that the hard way. The end of Madden 25, I had Bell, just powerhousing away. I was leading rusher, and I was talking shit to Mac. Hey man, I'm leading rusher. What's good? He's like, I'll show you what's good. Yeah, he roasted me. I ended up like number 3. Bell got hurt. He took it over quick. So I mean, he can put up 200 yards rushing with any running back he picks. Doesn't matter who. He can make anybody a superstar in the backfield. He knows how to run the ball. And Mac's a great UFL owner. Does a lot for the league behind the scenes, and he tries to keep the peace. I mean, it doesn't always work. It's a group full of 32 grown-ass men with tempers. We all get pissed, and Mac's got a temper, but it takes a lot. So he knows to let it go so far, and then he'll calm you down. But overall, yeah, I agree completely with Mac being in the top 10.
Yeah, I had him higher on my list. I think that he is one of the toughest guys that I've played against, and I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of success in the league, and I always learn something when I play Mac, and he always gives me a fun game. They're always fun. I always learn something, and they're hard. That's the competition is real when you play any of these guys in the top 10. And whether you're number 1 or number 10, I don't think it really matters because anybody in this league can beat anybody, and I think that showed in week 1 already. So, coming in at number 10 is Rams. Now I don't know Rams' first name. I talked to Rams a little bit. What is that, Brandon?
It's Jason.
Jason, congratulations on making the UFL top 10, voted on by owners. You're in pretty good company. There's a lot of guys on this list that I don't like seeing on my schedule. So I've played Rams. I played Rams a couple times in the NFC last year. He got me once or twice. He might have beat me twice. I don't remember, but I know he beat me at least once. And he's He's pretty good at just basic football knowledge. He's one of the better guys in the league, and this guy lives in Bermuda. So I don't know how much NFL and how much access he has to that stuff, like we have here. But he is a tough opponent. I know not everybody agrees with him all the time, and some people think he can fly off the handle, but I think he's fun, man. I always like seeing a Rams post. So, um, any thoughts, Keith? I know you probably played him last year.
I don't really remember. I know I played him last year. I don't remember how they turned out. I played him in the preseason in this Madden. He ended up beating me, I want to say, by 2 scores. But his team is deep. He's got corners. He's got receivers. Backup quarterback's about as good as his starter. Maybe a little bit worse. But then you got Gurley and Trey Mason. So his team's deep.
All right. So, congratulations to everybody that made the top 10 list. Again, I'll go through it. 1, Mike, congratulations, man. We'll be gunning for you. I was number 2. Rich was number 3. Gene number 4. Manny number 5. Ryan at 6. Tate at 7. I saw Tate complaining about where he was. He's being a big baby. He was Keith.
You just pissed him off even more. We're going to get another comment here in a couple minutes.
And 10 was Rams. So congratulations to everybody on that list. If you get beat 68-6, I don't care if it's a pickup game or not. You don't need to be on this top 10 list. Okay. So, let's go. Again, congratulations to all those guys. I was gonna try to get Anthony on here. Anthony had a big win in week 1. I don't think he was able to join in. I sent him an invite. I don't know what happened. Maybe we can get him in here on the next week. Week 2. Let's jump into week 2. I'm gonna give you guys the game. I don't know if anybody's playing right now, and we're
There
not
is
gonna
one.
talk our own games. Ian and Preston, Green Bay, Seattle. Brandon, who wins that game?
Green Bay and Seattle. I believe they both. Well, let's see. Preston, I think, lost last week, right?
He lost to Mike
Yep.
and the Bears.
They're both 0 and
not-
1 then, because the Rams got the
the
win because of Ian was having some difficulties.
Hopefully he can
So
straighten out. We don't want to see anybody. Hopefully he has to straighten out. So
yeah, that's even. I mean, Preston and Ian, they're pretty much on the same level. I'm looking at Daddy Leagues right now. They got the Seahawks projected 26-24 to win the game. His defense wasn't up to par. He allowed 35 points. But, like any given Sunday in the NFL, you get allowed 35 one week and 7 the next week. Overall, they're pretty even. That's a tough pick. Preston's got baby Marshawn Lynch, and he's got the real deal. They both got great running games. The Seattle defense is just a Madden god. So I'm thinking I'm going to pick Ian just based on him having the Seattle defense. I think that defense is going to come up big for him against Preston.
Keith, quickly.
I just checked and I noticed that the Packers got all their injured guys back. So
Yeah, it looks
like Crane was saying, that's tough to tell. So I'm gonna have to go with Preston.
Yeah, I got to go with Preston there. I think that he bounces back with Lacey in that offense. His backup Starks doesn't really fit his gameplay style. I think he bounces back this week. Nothing against Ian. I think that's a close game. I don't think it's a blowout by any means. I think that's a close game that Preston wins at Green Bay. Baltimore and uh, Mike versus Unit. Baltimore versus Baltimore at Oakland. Krang, I know you have to make a pick by default. Uh, so who do you think wins that game?
Who do I want to win or who is gonna win?
But is there a
Uh,
difference? Is there a
there
difference?
may not be a difference. Mike's probably pissed. He gave up the win to one AFC North guy already. I think he's gonna come out ready to ball. It'll be a good game. D Unit and Mike, as always. They've played each other. I think they're pretty even, but I'm gonna go with Mike. I think he's ready to join the win column.
We can only hope that doesn't happen. Keith, Oakland, Baltimore.
I got to go with Mike too. After how he played against Perpin and Bengals, I gotta imagine he's gonna come out with a pretty impressive offensive game plan. So I think Unit's catching him at a bad time.
You think Mike's in there labbing a little bit? You think he's in there doing that?
He's either
That's
on
what
the live or playing ranked head to head, one of the two.
All I got to say is go Baltimore. All right. So next
No.
up, you got two you got two top 10 guys going at it. Tate and Rams. Who do you got in that game, Brandon?
Tate won week 1, did he?
Yeah, Tate won pretty handily against the Dolphins, and
Oh,
Rams.
yeah, I do remember seeing that. Oh man, if he still had RG3 back there, that'd be an easier choice. Rams' defense is great. He's got probably the third coming of Marshawn Lynch and Todd Gurley. Gurley's a beast. I think Rams loves to run the ball. We got Jonathan over here saying Rams, no ifs, ands, or buts. Jonathan's in here talking shit. I think Rams, just because of his defense, and I want to see T comment and get pissed again. So Rams.
Keith.
I kind of want to see Tate get pissed as well, but I think Rams' offense is just too deep for Tate's young defense to contain for a whole game. I know Rams is going to have to watch out for Moncrief going on the streaks, the new Demaryius Thomas.
He's not.
Tate's got speed, but I like Rams corners. They're deep at corner.
All right. Well, I'm taking Tate. He just built an offensive line out of nothing. So good job, Tate. He built an offensive line out of nothing. And he's going to run the ball with Morris, and Morris is such a dynamic runner in Madden, way more than he is in the NFL. Like, the guy breaks all the tackles. Crazy. Next game, Manny has to bounce back against Gene in Buffalo. So New England,
Yeah,
Buffalo.
I pulled the ripcord on that one, didn't I? I gave him a shitty,
Wow.
a shitty bounce back game, eh? Oh man.
Gene, good luck, bud. I know you can beat Gene. It's in Buffalo. Weather could be a factor. I think it.
Week 2.
Well,
Talking about weather.
Live in Buffalo. It rains like every other day in Buffalo. So,
Right.
Man, that's a tough game for me to pick.
We got Jonathan in the chat. He says 50-50 either way.
That's a coin flip game. I'm gonna go with Manny based on quarterback alone. So I'm gonna go Manny. Keith, what do you think?
What was that matchup again? I was trying to catch up
Manny,
on the comments.
Manny Gene. Buffalo.
I gotta go with Gene.
Yeah,
He
go
spent
with
some
Gene.
hours with those Bills. And McCoy went nuts last week. Got player of the week, so I gotta go with Gene.
All right, yeah, we pissed Tate off. Mission accomplished. He's ready
That's
to take this.
Buffalo, New England, Brandon.
Hey, you said something. You said you pick him on quarterback alone. I'll just have you know, the shit-ass Pittsburgh defense held Tom Brady to 170 yards passing. You're welcome for that little stat. Little tidbit of information since you want to pick him because of Tom Brady. My shit-ass defense. The Bills obviously have a better pass defense. They got better coverages. But I think Manny's going to bounce back. He posted right after the game, memory loss, practice mode. He's going to be labbing hard. He's going to be ready to go. Two top 10 guys going at it. I'm going to pick Jimmy. I think he's just got better offensive weapons. I mean, aside from Gronk, Dean's got Charles Clay, who's also a really good tight end. He's got Sammy Watkins, McCoy. I think he'll be ready to go and juiced up, and I think Gene's gonna pull it out.
Nice. All right, we got Minnesota, Detroit.
Whew. Q had Rich. If Q could just keep his focus. I feel like he lost focus against Rich, and that or Dean really did wake Rich up. But something happened, and Q just completely fell apart. If Q could stay on his game, I think Q could be a force. I don't know. He gets up and then never seems to stay that way. I've only played him a couple times, and I really can't. He's different every time. I think I've played him twice, and both games felt completely different. Jeff is coming off a tough loss for John. He had some mistakes. Jeff's going to be labbing hard, and I think that Lions defense can hold AP, but I think Jeff's going to get AP going and really run. I'm gonna predict AP gets 150 yards and 2 scores in that game, and the Vikings win.
They're the Vikings. So Brandon takes the Vikings. What do you think, Keith?
I gotta go with the Vikings too. I just think there's more talent overall on that roster than there is on the Lions.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lions' offense is always a force with Q throwing the ball to Calvin, but I just feel like overall the Vikings have better Madden pieces than the Lions.
Yeah, that Vikings team is stacked. I keep asking Jeff to trade with me, and he keeps saying no.
No, he's got that home team syndrome.
That's okay. That's okay. You know what, though? I don't want to put any pressure on Jeff, but he is one of the very few people that have asked me questions about Madden and what I do and how I do it. And I played him in a game preseason, and he's probably the most improved guy I've played against. And I'm rooting for him. I got a little bit of my heart belongs to the Vikings over there. So let's hope that's who I'm going with this week. Jeff, when in doubt, hand it to AP, and you'll be okay. Next game, you got Indy and the Jets. You have Nick versus Rob. I'm gonna go. That's a tough game. I gotta go with the Jets because that defense is stacked. If he can get some quarterback play, I think he'll be all right. I'm gonna go Jets in a close game. Brandon.
Like you said, that's a tough game. Yeah, Rob's trying to get a quarterback. Obviously, that situation is not too good. He's got Geno Glassjaw over there and a couple backups. Tough game. I'm gonna go with Rob. I think Nick's still trying to figure out Luck, trying to get him going. And that Jets defense is full of playmakers in the secondary, Revis, Pryor, and Cromartie, so I'm going Rob.
Keith.
I'm going Rob just because I need Nick to lose. Nick's gonna be a problem though. He had Deron
Bye.
Carter out there playing well against I think it was Gene he played last week. So the Jets defense is tough. So
yeah,
that's gonna be a challenge for anybody to play against.
Yeah, and Nick didn't lose to any scrub out there either. He's over there. He put a good fight up.
He played Gene. I'm not saying he got blown out or anything. I just said I needed him to lose.
It was actually 21-7 heading into the fourth of that game.
What is it?
It was actually 21-14 heading into the fourth.
The next game up is Mac and the Falcons versus Ryan and the Giants. Man, that's a tough game for me. Those are two of my favorite opponents in the UFL. I don't know how much time Ryan has spent on Madden, and I know Mac has put in some time. Mac's got more hours in than I have. I gotta go Mac in a close game. That's the coin flip game to me. Keith, what do you think?
Yeah, kind of feel the same way. I mean, you know what you want to get out of both teams. Mac's got that offense going. He's got Trufant in the corner. And then I saw where Ryan had a couple 100-yard receivers. And again, Eli Manning was his second leading rusher. So
I
not
think
going to be too much running going on in that game. But
whoever can run the ball in that game could end up winning it. Or it could be...
I think that's what it's going to come down to.
Whoever has the ball last.
I'm going to take Mac. I think Mac's going to put up a good day with Tevin Coleman.
Those two play each other more than you can imagine. I think Mac and Ryan, especially with them being in the same division, when he had the Skins and Ryan's obviously the Giants. They kind of play similar, but then again they don't. I'm gonna pick Ryan. Mac's having a lot of trouble with that offensive line. The Falcons are a better pass blocking team, so I don't think he's going to be able to get the run game going very well. I'm going to say Ryan gets it going a little bit better, and I'm going to pick Ryan.
Nice. So we got 2 for Mac, 1 for Ryan. Next game up, Jags and Prime in the Dolphins and Lewis. Brandon, what do you think?
Prime's got those the Jaguars looking really good. Billy, I mean, he had that unlucky fumble recovery Billy did against Prime. I mean, I was watching that at work, and I had to keep my cool. Dude, I was like, what? I was like getting ready to yell in the middle of work, and I was like, okay, he'll get tackled. No, he broke like 3 tackles and just takes it, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Billy's pissed. And but Julius Thomas had a really good game, 10 receptions, like 150 yards and 2 scores. So, the Dolphins' defense, I think, is capable of shutting that down a little bit. But I really think Prime's got the Jags rolling on all cylinders. That team's hard to win with, and if Prime can keep it rolling, I think he can be a surprise contender in that division.
Keith, I know who you want to win. Who's gonna win?
I mean, obviously I want Lewis to win and give Prime that loss, but I don't know. I watched a little bit of Prime against Billy. I couldn't watch all of it because I was at work, but Prime was very methodical in his offense. I've never played him. I've never really watched him play, but he's very methodical. He knows his reads. So I gotta go with Prime I think he's gonna win it.
I gotta go with Prime on that game. If I knew Prime was in the league before I did my top 10, he might have snuck into that number 10 slot for me. He's very good in the middle on defense, and he uses his weapons well on offense.
Yes.
And he took he's got Blake Bortles, who has some decent attributes, and I think he's gonna do some damage with those Jags. Next game up is Dallas and Philly. I know John struggled a little bit versus Ryan,
Dallas.
and
Oh, I thought you said Billy. My bad. Continue.
and I don't know. What did the Eagles do week 1? They didn't.
I don't know either.
The Eagles beat. Who did the Eagles play? I should know this.
Who did they play?
Yeah.
The Falcons. They played.
Oh, that was. Okay, that was Sim.
I believe that. Yeah, Sam.
Okay. I gotta go. Man, I don't know. I don't know too much about Donovan. Um, I know that John's got that offensive line. I gotta believe that he can get somebody running behind that offensive line, and he'll be okay. This tough game. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Dallas. Probably more because I want to see John do well. John does a lot for the league too. I
Definitely.
think he takes care of daddy leagues and stuff, and I know he does some other behind the scenes stuff. So I'm gonna go. I'm hoping that John wins that game. Brandon, what do you think?
Um. See, I've played Don a couple times. I don't know if I've ever played John. I might have played him once. So I don't really know too much what their strengths and weaknesses are. I know Donovan had a struggling Jags team when I first joined the league. But then he came back and really put it to me the second time we played. Like I said, I haven't played him enough. Tough choice. Donovan, I think that Philadelphia Eagles line matches up well with the Cowboys, so I'm gonna go John.
Okay. All right. What's the next game? This. You know what? I'm gonna save that one for last. Chicago, Arizona. Michael Stanton. I don't know what he goes by. Versus Woogie,
Xbox launch.
and then that's an interesting game. I'm gonna go. Man, Mike had. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Kyle in that game. That defensive line and his defense in total, I think is gonna be too much for the Bears. And Kyle is a little underrated in my opinion. So, Brandon is asking me what I'm laughing about. So, somebody messaged me about a trade that they had made, and they said it was a mistake, and I offered them a second round pick for the trade that they just made a mistake on. So,
I bet. Motherfucker.
no, Billy said he made a
Me and
mistake.
Jay Shot are going live now, fellas. If anybody wants to tune in to watch that,
You
You and Jay Shot?
jumping in the
we're going
game.
live.
Okay, cool.
Let's talk about
We
that.
actually did just have 4 come in. Carolina and Houston.
Yeah, Carolina won. That's unfortunate for me. But nice win,
Yeah.
Billy. I know I've been joking with you about having a top 10 pick, but it looks like you played a little bit better this week. So nice win, bud. You did make some people's top 10s, believe it or not. So congratulations to you too. Um, I think Jay Shot's gonna run the snot out of you, Keith, and you're gonna
We'll
get
see.
blown out here.
We'll see.
That's what
I guarantee I won't get blown out. I might give up a shit ton of points and lose at the end, but I can
All right, what do
score
we
right
got
there
now?
with you.
All right, we're gonna mute him. I don't want to hear him anymore. Brandon, who's gonna win that game?
He's talking. Oh, which game are we talking about here?
Keith's game. He's playing J Shot.
Playing J Shot right now.
Um,
Oh, the entire division, the AFC North. We all started 1-0. Um, I think it'll be a good game. J Shot's got a decent defensive line. Keith loves to run the ball. Oh man, I don't know who to pick. My bias tells me Keith, but that's honestly a coin flip game. Um, He's coming off that overtime loss. I think he's going to try and bounce back from the loss to Wayne. I'm gonna pick Keith.
well, you by default have to pick Keith because you don't want the Browns to win ever. I'm gonna go with J Shot in a couple score game. I don't. It's not gonna be a blowout, but I think he's got better talent than Keith. Tampa Bay, New Orleans. Who that? Who that?
Marlowe versus Wayne. Oh boy. We've actually got another game going live. If anybody wants to know, on Mike's channel, Mike and D-Unit are getting ready to kick off.
We might have to shut this broadcast down so I can watch that.
We can get rolling quick. There's a few games left. We're on Marlowe versus Wayne. Marlowe's got the Saints rolling pretty well. He won the UFL Super Bowl in the unofficial season, right?
He made the Super Bowl. He didn't win it.
Oh, you beat it? Oh, yeah, you beat him. Or no, you didn't beat him, did you? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Okay. Just even seeing Marlowe make the Super Bowl, he had a lot of things going on in the last official season and really all of Madden 15, I think. So, see Marlowe get back on track and run the Saints in the right direction is good. Wayne, they played Keith. They went to overtime. Let's see. I'm going to go with Marlowe. I think his DBs. I think Browner's going to cover Evans pretty well.
Yeah. I got to go with Marlowe too on that one. Not because I think he's better, but I don't know that there's a better guy that runs the league than Marlowe, and he does. His defense is up there with some of the best ones in the league, and Marlowe was really close to making the top 10 list, and I don't think that was because he runs the league. I think that's because everybody knows that when Marlowe's head's right and he's into Madden and doesn't have a whole lot else on his plate, he can do damage. And he's got a team that fits him pretty well. They like to throw the ball. He likes to throw the ball a little bit more than run the ball. I think him and Billy are going to be close, and then you throw Wayne in there. I think all three of those guys. And you got Mack in that division. Wow, that's a good division. I think the last game we haven't talked about is San Diego Cincinnati. Now that's probably my game of the week.
Actually, that might. Well, did that make UFL Game of the Week? Oh no, that's Rams Redskins. Okay.
This is my game of the week. I don't care what Daddy League says. After coming off that win against Mike, I'm hoping Perp can do some more damage over here in the AFC West because I'm going to need all the help I can get. So go Bengals.
Yeah, we've got conflicting interests there. Yet again. Oh man. Oh man. Perp. He's offensively sound. He played great defense against Mike. Mike's usually a pretty high-scoring offense. Rich's defense. I think it's going to be a defensive game. Obviously, I want Cincinnati to lose. If I didn't, then you could take my Steelers fan card and owner card. But honestly, I'm going to go with Rich. I think his defense is going to shut down a lot of what Perf wants to do. and I'm gonna go Twitch.
Somebody did rank Anthony at number 31 in our league coaches poll. So
Oh my god.
I'll I'll uh, I'll I'll keep the comment private that was made about Perp, but let's just say it was funny. So
I can't believe that.
yeah,
31.
that's pretty funny. So and then
Say that, man.
the only thing
He's so
the
mad.
only thing we didn't talk about was my game, and I don't think we talked about your game.
Okay.
You got to play John. Um, man, you got to not have a letdown game. John's good on D. He's lacking a little bit on offense, but he's gonna be a tough opponent for you. I wish you the best of luck. I wish everybody the best of luck. I hope that we wish everybody could win, but only half the league can. So,
Yeah.
one thing I'll say is you had that offense at times looked unstoppable today versus Manny. There were some times where you were right on point. Both you guys made some really good adjustments, and that was probably one of the best games that was played all week. So appreciate being able to watch that. So I think that you have more talent on your roster than John. Um, John's defense is very good. I gotta go with Pittsburgh after rolling high on that win. Nothing against John. John's fantastic, fantastic Madden player. I just think the overall roster, is going to really hurt him this Madden. But he'll get that turned around. He knows what he's doing over there. And then I gotta go. I gotta play Quincy and the Broncos. And anytime you gotta play a division player, um, it's tough. It's tough. I'm looking forward to it. Uh, the last time I played Quincy in the UFL, he beat me on a last second touchdown pass with the 49ers. Um, so we'll see what happens there. I know I'm gonna get off here and go work on my game plan for that game, and we'll be ready to go. Good luck to everybody this season. If you want to participate in this, let us know. We're gonna try to get everybody on that wants to get on. I want to thank Keith for taking the time to do this. Brandon, thanks for jumping in here and helping out. Um, I think we're going to try to get Marlo in here next time. We ran a little bit over. I wasn't planning on doing the games, but Marlo asked me to go over all the games, so we got that in. If anybody has any recommendations or anything, hit me up on Messenger. Anybody wants to BS about Madden, hit me up on Messenger. I'll talk about Madden all day. And I know there are a lot of guys in here that will. I talk to a number of people on a daily basis about the UFL and just kind of bullshit. So, um, any last thoughts, Brandon? Looking forward to week 2. Looking forward to the season.
Yep, definitely. I'm gonna get off here and practice for a little bit and prepare for John. I'm gonna be playing him tomorrow, so I'm gonna get some game prep in, get some practice mode in, and I just good luck to everybody. I know we got a couple games going on right now: Raiders, Ravens, and Browns, Titans. So a couple games you can go ahead and watch. Good luck to everybody. Week 2, the rest of the season, except the AFC North. I hope you all lose.
All right. Good night, guys.